Hello from Wisconsin.
And in this video, we're going to talk about our thoughts about Florida after being back in Wisconsin for about a week.
If you're looking to move to the area, make sure to call, text, or email me. My information will be in the description box below. I hear from people every day and I love it.
Phone number is 941-221-1897. She can help you if you're in the Venice, Northport, Sarasota, or Inglewood areas. First of all, coming back from Wisconsin was awesome.
Well,
because it's a lot warmer here. But it was good to see friends and family.
it's the middle of January, well, end of January, January 20th, and we are not wearing a jacket.
Yeah, we are wearing jeans though. So there's that. It's a little bit cooler, but that's by Florida standards. So one of the things that I noticed for myself was the dryness of my skin. Like it was almost immediate when we were in Wisconsin. It was like a day or two there and my skin was just getting dry, cracked, all that kind of stuff. Little things like that, I do not miss. not in the least. And it just makes it little things an annoyance because it just feels like you bump your hand on something with a corner on it or an edge and all of a sudden now you're bleeding and I don't know, just stuff like that. It's kind of frustrating and annoying and at times can even be somewhat painful. So that was one little thing that I noticed.
Yeah, I would say lips, skin, and even hair. My hair was a little bit dry as well. I think it was just like the changing climate, kind of like in a weird situation, but I was able to handle it, so we're good.
yeah, and I remember you had to get some lip balm, some
like right away
chapstick.
because I forgot my chapstick and my lips were all dry and like hurty. It was bad, and that happened actually before we got to Wisconsin. As soon as like the temperature changed, which like got down to like 45 degrees, like somewhere in Georgia, I think. And then my lips are all dry. And we survived.
Another thing that I noticed was the fingers and the hands being cold all the time. I didn't really forget that, but
Feet.
it's weird because even when you're inside, I just feel like my hands and my feet, maybe I have poor circulation, I'm not sure, but they just never completely get warm ever. And it just makes everyday life a little uncomfortable and makes you just want to crank up the heat. And then when you crank up the heat, it gets dry. And so then you need to put a humidifier on. Down here, it's warm. It's in the winter, not really that humid, but a little more humidity in the air. And that's not really an issue.
Yeah, and it's funny too in Wisconsin because our families will actually make fun of us because we're like in the house wearing our jackets and everyone's just like in a t-shirt. Like sometimes my nieces and nephews will be like t-shirt and shorts and I'm like having a hoodie on because I'm so cold.
Yeah, that's one thing that'll also show you the difference is that we've definitely acclimated to the weather
very quickly. Yes, another thing too that we noticed in Wisconsin is we were staying inside a lot more. We weren't able to like go for walks, or we didn't really want to go anywhere really because it was just so cold. The first day when we got there, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, it was but then the next couple of days, it was just freezing.
Yeah, I think the first day it was like it was like unseasonably warm. It was like 40, maybe 45. Yeah. So we're like, sweet. Hopefully it'll be like this the whole time we're back. But
and we actually did go for a walk once.
yeah, and it wasn't terrible because we had our layers on and stuff. But some of the other days, when it got down to like 30 or below, it's just like you
just don't want to go anywhere. You just want to like sit on the couch and not do anything.
Yeah. So it's weird how it'll kind of bring your spirits down a little bit. And then on that note, another thing I want to note, the skies. They're just grayer, they're more gloomy. They don't put you in as good of a mood when you see the blue skies outside like you do behind us. Makes you want to get outside and do stuff. Makes you want to be a little more active and just puts you in a better mood.
Yes, I would agree to that. Another thing we noticed when we were in Wisconsin is slower traffic. And by that, we don't mean that a lot of people were driving slow. It's just that the speed limit, it's so much slower. It's like on residential areas, it was like 25 miles per hour, while in Venice, it can be 30, 35, even 45 in some areas. So that was like, we were used to it back then, but now it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, and even some of the highways, I should say, here it's going to be like, what is it, 70, 75, something like that. And some of them are like 55 in Wisconsin. So it's just like, come on guys, get it moving when we're up in Wisconsin. But really they're driving the speed limit. So it's just weird how like Venice, I feel like, is like the slow traffic for some compared to most of Florida, but it's still probably faster than Wisconsin. So one other thing that we didn't notice, but got to experience again was the snow, the cold, the ice, freezing lakes, all that kind of stuff. Snow I do not miss. Never was a big fan of it to begin with, other than when I was a kid.
Pretty. I mean, like, I love looking at it and like seeing it fall from inside the house. Like, it looks pretty, but it's knowing that you have to go out there and like clear off your cars.
I had to do that one day.
Like, it's kind of like you don't want to go back to that.
And it feels a little dangerous, like driving and stuff. Like, you're like, oh, do I want to go out? Like, we were really worried because we drive up and down to go back to Wisconsin because we bring our dog with. So we were really worried, like, oh, I hope we don't get caught in the snow, which we did in Chicago, and it was bad. Traffic was backed up there, and we thought we were gonna maybe beat the storms coming through. And then as we got further south, there was freezing rain. So then we're worried about it being slippery, even when you can't tell if it's, you know, iced over or not. Sometimes you get what's called black ice. So yeah, that was not pleasant. I do not miss that at all. The frozen lake and stuff like that, that's kind of pretty.
Those are pretty, yeah.
But I could live without it. I'd rather have my ocean waves.
Well, and the lake also, you can see waves too sometimes, and it pushes the ice, and it looks really pretty. If you're looking to get out of the cold and move to beautiful Venice, Florida, or surrounding areas, make sure to call, text, or email me. I'm a realtor here, and I can help you find a house. My information will be in the description box below. I hear from people every day, and I love it.
That phone number is 941-221-1897. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on all notifications. Leave a comment, let us know your thoughts if you have ever been up north and what you think about the cold and snow. And live breezy.